I can hear you. Should I call you Felipe or
Yeah,
Jose? Sorry,
Philip, it's good. It's okay.
Felipe is good. Okay, so you can call me Mikey, by the way. So I work for
Mikey.
Saigon, and if you have questions, yeah, with recruitment and client side of things, I think your recruiter is Casey. Okay,
Casey,
so
yes.
you can actually ask those kind of informations to her. All right, just give me a second. Let me just pull out my questionnaire.
Okay.
Okay, Felipe, here you go. So, could you tell me something about your Scrum ceremonies? What different Agile or Scrum ceremonies that have you been following?
Yes, I have been experienced using Scrum, and my last job here in Brazil, we used to use Scrum for sprints. Sprint usually during 2 weeks, and my last project that I worked on in a company from the United States, we use more Kanban. So we have a to-do list and small columns. So I have experience working with Kanban in Scrum. I, I cannot hear. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear you. You froze. Ah, oh, no. 1 second, okay? Hi, Mikey, can you hear me now? Yes, but I can't hear you. I don't know what happened.
Hello, how about now?
Hi, Mikey. Yeah, now works.
Okay, so I think Teams does that sometimes, so I'm not sure. But anyway, so as I was just reiterating about the Scrum ceremonies that you do follow, you just tell me what it is. No need to explain further, just the Scrum ceremonies. Yeah.
Yes, I used to work. I had experience work with some sprint, daily ceremonies, review, some code review. It's not more Scrum ceremonies, but we have a time separate for doing that. And yes, this is the ceremony Scrum that I know. Are you muted again? I don't know.
It's weird.
No, now I can hear you.
Now you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I thought I was muted or something because I'm not touching the microphone. All right, so as again, are those the only two that you're doing in a sprint,
Okay.
daily and review?
Yes.
Do you know anything outside those two when it comes to sprint ceremonies?
Can you say again?
Do you know any other Scrum ceremonies aside from those two?
No, no, only that, only those.
All right. Okay. And how do you normally design a CI/CD pipeline?
Okay, I have experience using Azure DevOps. So when I had to create a CI/CD pipeline, I the Azure Cloud had some templates to follow, but when I am designing the CI/CD pipeline, I I put a step to execute my test project for validate my test. Uh, I have experience only doing the unit test, the integration test. I don't have
Can,
experience
can you
with
tell
that.
me the stages? Can you tell me the stages of how do you design the CI/CD pipeline?
Okay, yes, I had a development staging for me and QA testing, and the staging for homolog for the QA could testing in the staging, and some another stakeholder.
No, no, I think I'm not asking about the software development lifecycle. I'm
Oh,
asking the CI/CD design pipeline.
uh,
So have you designed one or you just using Azure DevOps?
Yes, I just use Azure DevOps because Azure DevOps has a template to do that. For me, it's easier to implement.
Okay. All right. And how would you deploy microservices using Docker and Kubernetes?
Okay, my last project deploying my project my microservice or other services. I use Docker. So I have Docker file, but for Kubernetes, I know how to work. But in my last job, we have a DevOps team for doing that.
Mm, okay. So when you say that you're just having a Docker file and that's it, and you just hand it over to the DevOps team,
As
that's what you're doing.
exactly.
Okay. All right. And how about this? How do you scale a .NET backend app in Azure?
How I scale? I don't have this type of experience. When I need to improve some scale, I made some changes in my code, but in these parts for scaling using Kubernetes, I don't have experience yet.
Okay. And how do you secure secrets in Azure for your applications?
Secrets. Oh, if I remember well, Azure DevOps has we can create a secrets. It's if I remember well, it's app setting files, and we can read these app setting files that can have our configuration. So in the secrets, I can read in my project this secrets and using over the across the application.
Sorry, what are you using in Azure?
So, sorry, what I use in Azure
Yes, to secure secrets.
for secure secrets. Oh, okay, for guarantee that no one unauthorized access them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have this type of experience. I have experience consumer the secrets, but not securing them.
Okay. All right. And can you tell me about the ASP.NET middleware pipeline? How does it work?
Okay, the .NET middlewares, it's a sequence that we can look in the startup file, the program file, and define the steps for initiate a application. So we can have a configuration for building our application, for create the DI for dependency injection, and to check the authorization and pipeline for check the authorization, authentication and authorization, and have a middleware to run the application.
Okay. So after you have the authentication authorization, what will happen there? What's
Sorry.
the flow after that?
Okay. After the authentication is the authorization flow, we have a in .NET we have a app.runs that execution the application.
All right. And how about, can you tell me about the dependency injection lifetimes?
Yes, the dependency inject lifetime. We have a singleton. A singleton, we use an instance of the dependency injection across the whole the application. It's one instance for the entire application. We have a transient that which we have using a transient a life cycle. We can create an instance per request. So and we have a single to transient, and I forget another one. Sorry, I can provide you right now. But if I remember well, it
Mhm.
was three. It's three.
Okay. And what is your approach to exception handling in .NET Core APIs?
Exception handling. Okay. When I have to handle with exception, I I used the try catch block. And if something that I need to release some resource, I also use the finally block. And when the some exception occur, I used to put in the log and, if possible, return for the client of the API.
Sorry, what do you put on the log or something? What do you use there?
Yeah, I used in the catch block, is the block when I get the exception. I used to log the exception in the blob storage on in the console, and I try to return for the consumer of the API, the client of the API.
All right. All right. Let's say there is an endpoint, an API endpoint that is slow. How will you debug the issue?
Okay, we have a endpoint that is low. Okay. Uh, Let me think, because I need more information. It's slow for retrieve some data, or it's a get or post in the point, or whatever.
It's general. It's just slow. Yeah.
It's just slow. Okay.
So when someone say I'm a QA, hey Felipe, this API is too slow.
Okay. Okay. My first approach would be debug, make a call for this endpoint using Postman or the Swagger as well, and try to understand why this is low. If it's something in the database, if it's a query that should be optimized, and yes, try understand the environment, and debug maybe implement some cache approach. If it's let's see, it's a endpoint that retrieve data is the most common data. Maybe we can implement a cache for the most used data from the API. So this is would be my approach.
All right. Have you used any data factory like Azure Data Factory, Fabric? Have you used those?
No, not yet.
Oh, sorry, you haven't used any of those two.
No, no, not yet.
It's okay. So, all right. And when and how do you use Redis in .NET?
Sorry, when or why?
When and how do you use Redis in .NET?
Okay, we can use Reds for some method that retrieve data. So if I have a endpoint that retrieve products and the most common use products, you can put this product in a Redis, in a cache, one distributed cache for most common. If I receive a request, I first check the cache for get the data from there. And if the data exists in the cache, I return for the cache. If it's not, I would try to get from the database. And for doing that in .NET, if I remember well, we have to install the dependency using NuGet package from Redis.
Okay, and have you done rate limiter in Redis?
Wait, no, not yet, not yet.
Okay, and how about this? How do you optimize slow SQL queries?
Okay, optimize a slow SQL query. I first, if I am listing all fields, if the all fields it's really necessary. If no, I can filter. Instead, get all the fields. I can filter only the fields that I am really will be used. What else? Let me think. Increment some index in the SQL. We can put index for the most common fields, and that's it. That's it. It would be my approach for increment the slowly query in SQL Server, SQL in general.
Okay, and how do microservices communicate?
Okay, my past job here in Brazil, I had two approaches I had the opportunity to work with two approaches. The first one is using a call from an API using REST. If it's necessary asynchronous communication, I have experience using Azure DevOps. So consume a message for Azure DevOps. And for doing this communication, I had these two options for communication.
Sorry, wait, you're saying Azure DevOps. Which
Sorry,
service in Azure DevOps?
Azure Azure Service Bus, sorry, is a message broker.
Okay. And how do you define proper microservice boundaries?
You mean context, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The my last job here in Brazil, I was working in Microsoft that was responsible for generate and process some invoice, and the something some guys that need to get some data in director from this database in the database that control the invoice, and I put some triggers, some constraints for doing that. Apply some DDD strategy. I think it would be a good way to define the limiter, the boundaries from the microservices. Then yes, this is my experience. Define the boundaries for microservices.
Okay. And how do you handle distributed transactions in microservices?
How I handle distributed transactions. Let me think. You mean you mean a transaction that I need to ensure that you only one for per request, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
distributed. Yeah.
okay. I have experience using the fountains for guarantee that one data will be used and will be storage or processed.
What do you mean? What storage are you
Sorry,
saying?
I mean I said I used to use in the fountains for guarantee the one request it will be user or storage or process.
And do you have anything on that technically? I mean, what do you call that? Anything,
No,
or is it just something that you do?
no, it's not something that I do in the code only for guarantee that.
Yeah, because when I ask about distributed transaction, this is where you manage data across multiple independent services, right?
Okay.
So does it make sense? So that was my question. How do you handle those distributed transactions
Oh, okay.
across?
I understand you're wrong. Sorry. No, I don't have this type of experience yet.
Okay. All right. I think my last question would be, how would you improve performance in high throughput .NET APIs?
Implement performance. You mean it's an endpoint that receive a lot of requests, or
Yes,
it's a solution that it's a monolith and could be distributed,
that
split.
that's the one that you said, the first one. It's an endpoint or API that is being used a lot.
Okay. Okay. If it's designed as a monolith and it's used for almost the clients, I will try to split this endpoint or this some service in a microservice and use some WEDs, some cache strategy. And if it's split in Microsoft, you we can scale only this endpoint that will be split in the microservice.
Hmm. Okay, anything else?
No,
That's it.
this is my answer.
All right. Yeah, that was my last question. Felipe, do you have any question for me?
Yeah, yes. Do you know how the engineers usually get feedback about the work? Or this is a question for my HR, the person that HR that contact me.
Sorry, what was your question?
How do you know how the engineers get feedback about the
No, no,
work?
no. I'm not from the client side, just like
Okay,
I said earlier. So,
okay,
uh, it's going to be within the client, which Casey knows more about
yes, yes.
rather than I do. Okay.
Mm,
Okay. Anything else?
No,
Any question aside from that?
only this only this question. Do you not work with this client, right?
No, I don't work with this client.
Okay. No, any doubts? Thanks for the.
Okay. Sorry. Was that another question? Do you have any other question?
No, no, all clear for me.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time, Felipe, and good luck with your job application. Okay. Have a good day.
Thanks, Mike. You too. Bye bye. Nice to meet you, man.